G'day, doggies, fans, all things Bulldogs, and we are doing a live review. I was going to do a video. I had it all going, but then my actual computer froze up. Probably couldn't handle all the waffle I was speaking. So let's try and do a live. Let me know if you're here. Say hello in the comments. I'll wait for a few people to come on. We're definitely going to do a live review. I'll bring up some highlights as well. It was a really good day out there. It looked like we had Gas. Gas isn't on tonight, but he'll be watching. He's available. But I thought we need to do this one a little bit more succinctly, even though I'm the long-winded one. And this will enable us to get it all out there, my thoughts. But I will definitely show you parts of the live stream in the background as we talk. Lots of good stuff to talk about. Very, very excited. Lots happening in rugby league. So on the podcast on Tuesday, obviously we'll have a big preview of the game coming up against Newcastle. And we'll also have a massive breakdown of this game again. G'day, Amir, and g'day, Prote. Welcome. Good to see you both on here. Thanks for saying hello. Yeah, we'll talk about Raymond Peru. It's funny because I had to work and I actually had to pick up a couple of shifts into one, do two areas, and I was watching the game on my phone as I'm driving along. And then had to watch it when I got home. But I was actually, I credited a lot of Raymond Puru at the end as well with Justin Matamua. He was still running hard through the middle at the end. So, but Raymond Puru had some great touches. But again, people need to understand the context of the game. And there was like 3 matches out there on that day. So I'll talk about that, the context. We'll talk about who the next people are that are coming through. Your eyes can tell you a lot, but Raymond Puru, obviously going to be our first choice Jersey flag fullback, gave me a lot of chills and thrills watching him play. And before I do that, James has just come out with a really good shout for Gas. Don't break defence. Big thank you to Gas for filming the game. Very, very much appreciated, especially for people who don't have Foxtel or KO access. They could go live on Facebook and get some really good vision and some nice commentary all the same, which was bloody brilliant. Really, really good. But look, I'll explain my context around the whole thing. Then we'll go through some moments. There's some really important stuff. See, what I like to assess is where the individual, I'm not really focused about a team. When you've got a team of rookies who have played one game, our backline had played one NRL match versus a backline which had played over 250 games. And when you bring a whole bunch of kids and rookies together, it is hard. Not having DSF there cost us a lot as far as what we were conceding in the middle, I believe. He got back spasms before the game, so they just, as a precaution, no point playing in a trial or going in if there's any injury clouds. You don't play trials if you've got any injuries. So everyone out there was pretty much ready to go. Only a few players had a couple of things strapped, which was evident, which was good to see. But really important that we have a look at the context around each part because, the last 20 minutes, the breeze at your back, going the distance, going the way where, pretty much all the points bar 12 points for the, so what was it? Something like 24 plus 28. Yeah. 52 points were scored down one end and 12 points were scored down the other end. So when you're running downhill in that second half with the breeze at our backs, with the momentum, things are going to look good. We're going to make some ground. The forwards are going to make more meters. Those little men are going to make more meters. But they've still got to go out there and do it and not make too many mistakes and stuff, and they didn't. They really nailed down to the task. And it's funny because a lot of the highlighted moments through Fox yesterday really concentrated on a couple of names. Fitzgibbon, who I thought the try was classy. Really liked Alex Conti in the last, when Joey Taupa had to go off. Fitzgibbon went into 5'8". They put Alatini back out wide, and he come home strong with some nice big runs. Really loved the way he fought back, and all of them, to be honest. Anyone who sort of had some bad moments really made an effort to not to drop their lollies, to understand it is what it is and go out there and rectify it. And they all did that. Every single player who got an opportunity yesterday showed some really good traits. Obviously, some ones that they need to get rid of those things now and see what it's all about and the level that they need to go to, or even go beyond before they start thinking too far ahead of themselves as well. But yeah, the context is important in the different parts of the game, and I think we need to talk about that and stay grounded on some of it, and just understand, that Cowboys side looked like our round one type of trial teams going back to 2022, 23, even 24 to start the season, where we we beat some teams with much better depth than us and better first grade sides than us. In the Raiders and the Storm a couple of years in a row, those sort of sides. And we look really, really strong, and our juniors looked really strong, and we won those games. But when it comes down to where we are now, we played a team that had one game of NRL in that first, like in that back line versus 220, and their forward pack was also way more experienced. So it's a really good place to be in. The fact we've got that really good depth for say 18 to 20 players, and we've got all these young ones which we can see are going to do really well, and they nearly won the match. After everything they went through in that game, they nearly won the match, which is really great to see. Very happy with the way it all finished. G'day, Joby. Welcome to you. I don't think Mason Barber is related to Ben. Someone pointed out their surnames spelled differently. So I don't think they are related, but they're both from up north. No, he's not. Mason's from New Zealand. All right, thanks for that, Jacko. All right, so look, we've got about 20 people watching now, so that's good. Let's get on there and start to break things down. I'll make the screen a little bit bigger so you can see what's on it. So there you go. Let's bring up the team stats. I want it to be bigger than that. All right, there we go. All right, so 34 to 30. It was tale of two halves, obviously. The team with the wind at their back did very, very well. We struggled with our kicking game. So obviously running against the wind, younger team, struggled to make as many meters and post contact against a very, hard running season outfit that they were against. Clifford was able to kick deep. He's got a big kicking game, one of the longer kicks in the NRL, about nearly 90 games of NRL experience, been in and out of some good sides. They were able to kick deep. Alex Conti, to his credit, kept trying, but struggled to get the ball deep and high into the opposition 20, struggled to find the grass. But, he just kept whacking away and kept putting his body behind there. He got trampled over a couple of times, but he showed a lot of class. I felt that in our first attacking foray, that first inside ball he threw to Logan Spinks. Spinks nearly scored, and that was just a little window into the future for the attack. He's got a lot of class, Conti, and but honestly, he's the headline maker. But Joseph Taupa, he 3 try assists, a try involvement, couple of moments in defence that he will learn from. But this kid's always played a year above, and he's getting that size about him. He's going to be a very strong player and very cool under pressure. A lot of those tries, especially off the kicks, late into the line. Fitzgibbons, the way he picked the ball up and scored, and the fact that we gave them a couple of really easy tries was the disappointing part when it comes to whether you're winning or losing the match. The amount of post-contact and yardage we conceded per set in that first half, as I said, was alarming. If Daniel Saluka plays in that game, him and Hughes working together, they control that a little bit better. I felt Fletcher had some moments and he was definitely ripping in, but it just would have been a bit stronger if he was coming off the bench as first planned. I think that energy he would have had. I want to talk a lot about Justin Matamua. Didn't really know enough about him coming in, and got a fair bit of feedback from some of you guys and for some fans. And I went through and just, went through the social medias on Justin Matamua and read a lot about him. And I'm like, God, he might be all right, this kid. He actually exceeded my expectations. Probably didn't exceed some other people's expectations, to be honest. So I think there's a lot of people with some good knowledge of Justin Matamua, and we're all going to know about him now. When we go through the personal stats, we'll see how everything went. But we ended up getting 53% of possession, which was brilliant in the end. They wrestled that back, completed 37 from 48, compared to 31 from 39, 183 runs. We won the meterage, obviously didn't win the meterage per run, which is an important stat. Our post-contact was still less per run, made 5 line breaks to 4, tackle breaks a few less. Average set distance, I swear it would have been 50 to 30 in the first half. And it was good to see that our back three towards the end of the game got to get some kick return meters and get a bit of clear air and see what players like Jonathan Sewer and that can do. I thought he had some really classy moments. If you just go and watch his game, obviously he got that head injury early, copped a bad pass from Joey Taupa, and but that's just what's going to happen in these games. A lot of nerves going around. Kicking meters, we had 2 more kicks and kicked it a little bit less than them. A bit of an indication. Their bombing strategy was really good. Like Tay Cochrane had a great game. I thought there was a bomb that they got a try from where he didn't really need to jump, but I swear he jumps and he turns his back, which is so the ball goes towards his goal line, which is what you want to do. But they got the run of the bounce. I don't think he'll lose too much sleep over that. Missed tackles, about what I expected. Very similar by both sides in the end. We got a fair few more 6 agains that helped us a lot over a period of time. They played the 1 extra man for the day. I think we only had 25 players ended up playing in the game, and they had, I think, 26. The player stats, I'm more interested in the Bulldogs stuff. So AJ Jones, 36 tackles. Justin Matamua, 161 run meters. Quality speed. Look, I think the thing I want to talk about a lot is who in that game is mimicking styles that will suit our NRL team should we lose a player. So if Carraz jumps out, who's got the ability to make ground from the back, do the work, who's got good footwork, and who can throw an offload. So all the talk is about the Tay Cochrane stepping through the middle, but for me, it was the offload from Jonathan Sewer to Tay Cochrane. So to show what Tay Cochrane can do. And I think Jono knew he was going to throw that pass, and I think Tay also knew that pass was coming. So that was great work by them. Also, there was a real key moment early, actually. Fletcher Baker runs onto the ball hard, gets off a really nice offload, and then they swing left, and some real classy catch and pass. But unfortunately, Sasai Alatini knocks the ball on. He got roughed up the first time he ran the footy, took another carry in that set to make up for it. I really liked that. And that was sort of the tail of the tape for Sasai. I felt that there's a couple of moments in defence where he struggled. Obviously, he's played a lot of edge back rower. He's sort of obviously been doing a lot of centre work as well with the top squad now. So he actually I thought both centres went a lot better than I thought. I thought they were going to be a real issue for us, but they weren't. As much as I thought. Both him and Jed did a good job, and I love how Sasai fought back and had a real good time out there, having some really good runs after getting levelled. I think one of those guys, I forget his name. Who was he? I'll get it for you now. Liam Sutton nailed Sasai Alatini without the ball, and we got the captain's challenge, got the ball back. But, that would have hurt as well. So it was welcome to the big time. But look at that, Derby, Labour, Jackson Polo, Purdue and Clifford, 230, 240 NRL matches between those guys. It all makes a huge difference. And look, they had Wirramu Greg, who ran heaps of meters. But, yeah, lots of good stuff happening there. I'm going to get footage of this game in the back as well. But let's have a look at what you've been saying in the comments. G'day, Shoey. Yeah, look, so I'm going to talk about Raymond Peru. One of the comments I made was Raymond Peru, the man. After watching it all again, context is important, guys. He's going to be our Jersey Fleet fullback. And to me, look, what you were seeing was no lie. His speed, his balance, his ability to be there. Don't go past Tay Cochrane, though. Tay Cochrane played 60 minutes of the tough stuff, running with hardly any opportunities in that first half, getting crunched, having to catch bombs with all the tough stuff. Raymond Peru never had to do any of that. He just comes on when the game is flowing and gets to have a great time. And look, he couldn't have done anything else. I'm not underselling the guy at all, but it's context, guys. You throw him into the deep end right now, or even in 2 years' time. I think that might be, maybe he's getting a go by then. Maybe we've got some decisions we've got to make. And then you got David Bryanton coming in after him. And there's all these other kids as well who have been playing fullbacks their whole careers, who are playing other positions because we're stacked with talent in that area coming through now. Something that we really had to work hard on to do. I know we had Joash Papali and that sort of thing, but and he could prove the club wrong, as in not making him a priority to keep him at all costs. And I hope, look, it's one of those things. I hope he does really, really well. I just hope that the club has got someone that's, that ability or above will be a good thing. I'm trying to be very, very respectful, if you know what I mean. And look, I believe Joash will do well for the Eels, but he's now an Eel. He's not a Bulldog anymore. But as I say, once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. It was great to see the footy again, and thank you for being a member, Mike. And if you're not, the boys went well. We don't have much ball in the first half. Connie played well in the second half. Manamua played great, can only get better playing and learning in our system. Tay was very solid. So keep your comments coming, guys. we'll go through some of the players' stats now. So I'm not really concerned on the Cowboys, but Tay Cochrane, he had 18 runs for 156 metres, got some good return metres in that second half especially. He had some 2 line breaks, 1 line break assist, our try assist. Now, the try assist was one of the important ones. So the Cooper Toy try, the work by Joseph Taupa in that move was brilliant. Nice run before that from Louis Grossamy to get things cranking. And yeah, the work from Joseph Taupa, just all class. That they basically had nothing going on there. They were well matched in numbers, and the three guys that linked up for that try, Joey Taupa onto Tay Cochrane, then the pass to Cooper Toy, and then he still had a fair bit of work to do. Got low, pushed hard, and scores in the corner. Really good try. Tay had 4 tackle breaks as well. He did a good job. He had to make 2 tackles. He missed 3. And he put his body on the line against Heelan Lukey, who's, a top. He's a really good back rower. He's on good money too. He's not on pittance, I can tell you that much. Diffused 5 kicks did Tay as well, which is a good effort. Couple of errors, which is going to happen when you're a fullback every game. I thought our back 3 tried hard and worked hard. Cooper, obviously the smaller guy, had 9 runs for 77 metres, but it was one of those things where, like, John O'Sewell was the one taking all of those tough runs. Jed come in with a few, and Sasai had a good crack as well. Like, they didn't shy away from it at all. 10 runs for Joey Taupa, a lot of those close to the line. Conti, the couple of times he did run, was threatening. Probably would have liked to see a little bit more. But as I said, that first half was really the opportunity for a halfback in this sort of grade, any sort of first senior type of match. Like that trial match is beyond New South Wales Cup. Like most of the time, sometimes that level might be higher than that, but that's New South Wales Cup level for sure, or higher. And he's done well in his sort of first senior match in that way. Post-contact meters, obviously when we had the wind at our backs, we did a lot better. I thought Sam Hughes was really good. I like what Sam did. Had to do a lot of defending, played that 20 minutes, quick play the balls. He looked like one of the better players out there. 24 tackles, 1 missed tackle. It was a great effort. AJ Jones, 36 tackles, none missed, only 1 ineffective. Spinksy and Hopoi did a lot of work. Gordon Chan Kum Tong got in there. He got carried a couple of times by those big fellas, McHaley and the like. But, he had a real crack. Gordon ran it a couple of times as well. Fletcher, 29 tackles, 2 missed, 1 ineffective. Was a good effort. And with the ball, he had 8 runs for 85 metres. We'll talk about Sesefu Finau. He didn't get much time, but he looks physically, he looks like something special to me. I don't know if we'll see if it all pans out, but he looks special to me. Sesefu Finau. And Zion Mayu'u. I'm almost going to give Zion he's top 5 in our team that yesterday. I know he had that little brain snap and he had that little drop. And look, they had hands all over the ball. It was after a try too. But off the back fence is what we wanted to see from him. And he played some good minutes. He hasn't played that many minutes in this level of game for a very long time. His fitness is way up there. He wants to contribute to the NRL this year. There's no doubt about that. And if he can keep his head on straight, stay injury-free, and build his time up, he will be a real asset for us. And look, when he come across from the Warriors, there was a lot of disappointed Warriors fans. And I would also suggest there's a lot of excited Bulldogs fans and NRL fans in general. His highlights were watched everywhere in anticipation. 54 contact meters. Just the timing was a lot better. He was just, that's what I said last year. It just seemed he could not get a game where he'd just get a nice run with the footy. Like even I remember the first time he came on off the back fence, and the opposition team were just convinced he was going to get the first run, and we actually did a blindside switch and ran 90 meters to score because they shortened up their line. They assumed that Zion was going to get the ball, and they were, trying to pack in resources that way to ensure that he was going to be met with some full force. And it was just great play by the Dogs to do that. That was going back last year. But yeah, he really just struggled. I just found that it was just hardly any moments where he got a nice clean ball or hitting the advantage line and making some good ground. It just didn't happen for him. Yesterday, 139 meters. You'll find that's the best contribution he's had beyond New South Wales Cup for the Bulldogs, only from 12 runs. And defensively, he had 23 tackles, no misses, and 1 ineffective. So great effort by Zion Mayuu. Eamon Fitzgibbon playing out there at left centre. As I said, classy try, big moment. He looks like he's got that build where he's just going to continue to grow. He reminds me a bit of his dad, obviously the way he runs as well, arms and legs and all effort. 9 runs, 65 metres, did a good job. Jack Underhill hit the ball with vigour, only got to have about 4 runs. Defended like he was possessed. One of his hits was magnificent. Probably a game which, that's the thing, Jack. He puts himself into the game the best he can, and he's a team player. Raymond Peru, 6 runs for 79 metres, which is pretty bloody good. It doesn't have how many minutes they played, and look at this play the ball. Talk about energy. He didn't have to make any tackles while he was out there. So that's what I mean. Didn't have to make any tackles. Didn't have to work hard. So we got to see the absolute brilliant best of this kid. Hamish Wilson had some tough runs, did some good jobs. And Jope, now somebody sent me how to pronounce Jope properly. Apparently there should be like an sound in that surname. I've got to go through it again. I really struggled, but I found that the commentators were just calling him Joppy Rolk. Joppy Rolk is what Vossi was calling him. It doesn't matter. This guy, he's bigger than he was last year, and I was really happy with his performance. Mickey Nasser scores a nice try off a beautiful pass from Alex Conti. And then you just go back to what could have been. Tay Cochrane gets that ball onto Sewer's chest. Alatini doesn't drop that ball early. Maybe we win that game quite comfortably. Bud Smith had a real crack when he got there. Bailey Myers, he struggled a bit. He had that bad pass at one point. But look, 27 tackles going from Jersey Flag into this grade. Good effort by the young fella. Jersey Flag Player of the Year for our team. Louis Grossamy was South's Jersey Flag Player of the Year, I think, in 2024. French international, 9 tackles, threw himself at everything while he was out there. Only got to have a couple of runs. And he scores a try in the right place at the right time after another great assist by Joey Taupa. Yeah, very, very happy. If you can't tell, I'm very happy with the effort. And now I'll have a look at some of the stuff that you've been saying in chat. That's better. So make sure you like and subscribe, guys. Turn on your notifications, that sort of stuff. Let's play. Where am I? Here I am. So look, we'll go for another half an hour max, guys, and then we will take it from there. I'll have a look at your chats in a moment. I'm just going to get some highlights ready to have a look through. So let's get that ready. I really love this little video here, guys. Oh. Got it muted. It's a nice little video together. Jack Underhill with a big hit. Look at these little balls for Joey Tayuka. There's Joe Pay. And look at that footwork. Justin Matamua. Nice run in the second half. AJ, this is a good moment in the first half. And Zion doing his thing. Jack Underhill pushing up in support, as you saw. And let that run over and over. On to Raymond. AJ Jones. He's done. Logan Spink. I'll talk a fair bit about him. There's Aim and Jack. And there's the one by Hay, but you didn't see the offside. There's Eamon. Look at him. And there we go. Louis Gosemi scoring. Nessa in the corner. And there you go. But for me, guys, you can see some highlights going there.
See if we can stop this sort of easy yardage out of their half.
We've really struggled to maintain their yardage game in that first half.
Pretty much
post contact was just a little bit beyond us. And it comes down to those first contacts and seasoned footballers knowing where to run and where to be and really strong halves. And that the hooker playing there is going to be the backup hooker for Reid Marnie, I'm pretty sure.
Kick, pressure on him.
Jackson Purdue puts up the bomb.
Oh,
and there was that try.
Poor execution there, guys. Ty Cochran with the big leap.
Now, you can't come down with the ball. But that's something that Tay will get better at.
And that was all it took for the ball to spill out. So,
but whilst we're there, I'll have a little look at your comments while this is running in the background. Before I do that, though, I'll just give it a little. We might go back.
Talk, communicate, let's go.
And just let that first part of the game run.
Pretty simple stuff so far, guys. Nothing extravagant by the Cowboys.
Well, we have a chat here. The guest did an amazing job taking the footage there. Having to hold up a mobile phone all game isn't easy on a portrait. But these boys ripped and teared early.
Nice tackle, guys. Shit kick.
G'day, Kangaroo Killer. Welcome to you. Eamon looks good. I like him. Matamua looks
really in the middle. At us there, guys, but
didn't see Nick O'Neilly in the try. No, he wasn't named, mate. He wasn't named. I'm not sure. He's a, you know, got an opportunity at the Bulldogs. Come from Queensland Cup, been playing fullback. I'm not sure if he'll play there though. I think he'll be probably try to add some depth.
Very hard centers and our line so far, guys. For our
fullback.
Set this one.
G'day, Lucas. Welcome to you, mate.
Bit of a good offload, guys. Second base play. Here it goes.
Your book.
Look at that. Oh,
Get
no.
that I'm
Looking
sorry, but
promising
I'll
there.
definitely send that in the mail
You
shortly.
notice something, guys? Second
AJ
phase
Jones and
play,
Mundies
as
are a
soon as they
toss-up.
got that offload away, there was a bit of action straight away.
Yeah, it is. Look, it's a good
They straight away went
good
to the
situation to
extra
have there.
pass.
I think
And almost
AJ
break
is
down that
probably
inside.
more ready, and the fact that his versatility to play
When the offload came,
long
guys,
minutes
in
on
case
the
you
edge,
guys wondering, they looked for something straight away
I'll
down
give you
that
the hint there
inside.
because I think in this system, but Jack Underhill,
Promising, just poor execution.
by the
Otherwise,
time he's hidden his straps,
shows the intent
I'm pretty
there,
sure
guys.
he'll be out there playing long minutes in rugby league if his body can handle it,
Turn that
because
music
he's
on.
he goes hard and he goes long. But AJ Jones yesterday obviously got that cramp because he wouldn't have played that many minutes at that level in a position that's so dominant in defence and line speed and all that sort of stuff.
Yep, good cover, guys.
Yeah,
Good cover
so this is before they'd scored a try. The guys held on pretty well in this set. This is where they didn't hold on because Heel and Lukey scores right there. But
soft there, guys.
There you go.
One-on-one defence there, guys. Bit soft there. One-on-one
Gas
defence.
says if Fitzgibbon can goal kick like his father,
needs a bit
kicks weren't
more-
easy with a bit of wind
more
around.
impact on
Still
that
wasn't
first,
striking well,
first
so he made a
impact there,
change.
guys. Bit more
Timmy says, Jack,
ability there. Didn't
awesome.
caught off guard.
Welcome to you,
Got bumped
Timmy.
away pretty easily there.
Happy New Year, Doggies for Life fans. Let's go. G'day to you, mate.
It's all been played down there. In
Big
first
g'day
phase,
to
guys.
you all. Mike says, hey, Tim, good to see you since the Christie party. With limited game time, Raymond in Peru was impressive.
Still,
That's what I mean, though,
not
guys.
too bad.
Let's just break
got the
that
offload
context
away.
down. So
He-
this
he
first half,
started to
28-6,
there and,
was the acid test for our
poor
boys, and
execution on the play
in a
down
way,
that side. Otherwise,
expectedly, we
looked like
struggled.
we were about to head over the
You
halfway
throw a
line
Jack
and
Todd
pick
out
up the
there, who
so
probably would have been playing in this game if
all
he was
good.
ready. You throw a Daniel Saluka for feeder out there, and a Jack Todd. All of a sudden, that middle doesn't probably concede as many meters as one would have thought, as they would have in this game. And that changes things in this match.
Should be pretty
Affects a few meters.
formalities there, guys.
Bit more pressure on the goal, on
Side
the
of the
kickers
post.
for the Cowboys.
Maybe the post will get in the way.
Our
who knows?
back three get a little bit more room to
Solid legs,
move to get
solid
our
legs.
sets off to a better start. Less distance for our boys to have to run back.
Guys.
Right, it all makes a huge difference. This is the shit that people don't talk about. We get so entranced on watching someone make a line break, because that's the great thing about rugby league, isn't it? That's why we pay our money. We love those moments and we're attracted to those moments. But those moments can only occur when people are doing their thing in the middle. And, quoting the old, what's his bloody name, Rafael Nadal, there is no if. There only is. I will say, though, the is in this game is that in a team sport like this, where you've got that season experience across the park versus much less experience, a lot of rookies coming together in their sort of first pre-season and that sort of stuff. Not to say the Cowboys didn't have players like that in their team, but there was definitely, how do I put it?
Let's see if we can put a good defense.
We were just out muscled in that part of the game. As I said, you had a Jack Todd on there with his experience. You had a Daniel Saluka for feeder, and they're not making the same yardage overall. You probably take 5 meters off them, 10 meters off them per set for that time. Changes everything in the way the game flows. We get some more opportunities. Maybe, not saying we always win this game, but I say it goes a lot closer to what it was. And the fact that we got so close in the end is a real exciting thing for us to look at for our side. Again, Raymond Peru. If you got to rate Raymond Peru versus Tay Cochrane, Raymond, I don't know if Raymond would have been able to do what Tay did at this point. Obviously, you think in 2 years he'll be able to do what Tay did and maybe more. But
Let's see who's communicating.
I want to be careful
Who's
because if
running
we
the
have a
show,
couple
who's
of
asking
injuries
who
or
to
if
be
there's
boss.
some
Guy running around the
some
back
things
there.
that we don't like throughout the season that happen,
There you go.
you know, the pressure
Put a play
starts
on
to
it.
go. People
Throw it
starts going,
straight.
oh, where's that Raymond Peru? It's like,
It's all right.
like everyone was talking about, why did we get
On
rid
the
of Credence
halfway line.
Toya? Toya played well in that game yesterday as the fullback, as their second choice fullback.
It's a good run
He's
by
going to
Sims,
play
guys.
for Townsville
Oh,
or one of their feeder
10
sides.
metre run.
And he's got, you know, it's South slogan. Him and Ezra Mam just used to cut sick every game. They were the
There you
two.
go, guys. 30 metres.
He
up
got
to
an
three.
opportunity at the Dogs before Ezra was actually coming through at the Broncos, to be honest.
There we go.
But he
Well,
hasn't
that's
sort of
exciting stuff,
cut
guys.
through and made
15 out.
the grade.
2 tack. Oh, 6
But
again,
if you're
guys.
listening
6
to
again.
Bulldogs fans years ago,
You'll hear
why
the
would we have
bell
let
go off
Credence
soon.
Toya go?
Slower
Despicable
here,
decision,
Cogger.
apparently. Well, he hasn't made it in NRL
First tackle
since.
there.
And I'm not saying he doesn't
Oh,
make it
tackled
and
about the
doesn't
ball,
have
sir.
some success. Good luck to the guy. I hope he does.
He's
But
a lost ball there, but I
no
thought he was
buts. I
tackled
just
without
think that the
ball.
Dogs sort of understand a little bit more
Looks
than
like
some
he
of
made
us, our
contact
fan
with, I
base,
reckon they should challenge
when it
that.
comes
Looks
to
like
this.
he made contact with him there.
Um,
Made
everything,
contact with
mate.
him there, I think, without the
Yeah,
ball yet.
that hit that Jack
And they are
put on.
challenging.
The thing with Jack is what he's got to do is make sure he hits and sticks.
It was a short pass
Because
he was putting on.
and he's kamikaze when he throws himself. As I said, the amount of collateral damage that Jack Underhill can have
There we go, guys. Called
on
it
his
with the naked
teammates
eye.
or the opposition people, not even involved in the tackle, sometimes
Don't need a replay.
is immense. He's just sometimes he's throwing himself and he's just
Penalty there, guys.
legs
So
are
it's
just
starting to get a
swinging
bit of
from left to
momentum
right.
now.
I swear he
For the third
collected a
set
couple
now
of
since
people
they've had the knock
yesterday as
on.
well in his efforts.
Get the ball yourself.
Jope is way bigger than
Both
Jethro.
teams in the first 10 minutes have had a
He's taller
special
and he's
challenge,
bigger and he looks like he's going to get a lot bigger. So, you know, and then you put
see what they got
Sisefo
now.
for now. I know he just
Sitting up here on the
he didn't
track
play
now,
long,
guys.
and I think he had a little drop,
Oh, it's a good run.
made a little error. He was, but I know I could be wrong,
Gordon,
but I got a feeling
Gordon.
that kid's gonna
Held up.
get us excited out wide in that big centre position.
Full pass.
And this is what it
Yeah,
is. So
guys.
looking at the forwards that are going to come through, I think AJ Jones will definitely play NRL this year,
Can we hit back straight away?
100%.
Come on, pups.
And the reason I say that is the fact he can go on an edge and do a very good job.
They're not really spread out too far to the left here. A bit,
You know, do a really good job.
a bit,
Make
left-hand,
36
so
tackles.
they're deep out the right here, guys. Let's
To have
see.
some really
earlier,
strong
guys.
runs
Let's
as well.
I think they're tripping over each other at the moment.
You know, this kid, he's the one that Big Willie was talking about.
Right.
Everyone
Kick,
thought
kick,
it was Jack
kick again.
because
Got the
Jack
ball back. Kick
Jack
again,
got
guys.
blonde hair, but
There's the call. Kick
AJ
again.
did something wrong, so he got penalised
kick,
and had to
kick,
dye
got
his
the-
hair blonde as a
Knocked on by the
punishment.
Cowboys, recovered by the Bulldogs.
And he was a one running at Satili Tupanua.
Set now, guys. We don't need to
So
see some
based on
points
our
soon.
system,
Give the guys a bit of confidence.
he's big enough, he's strong enough, he can play the longer minutes, in my opinion. And those who can play the longer minutes effectively, and there's that ball by Tay there, which
he was trying to do a Lockie Galvin on
very
the Dragons, throw it over the
trail
top,
minute,
just didn't
so
hit
it
the
didn't
mark.
hit its mark. But you know,
The
that's the
idea
play.
is
He
right,
went for the
execution
play.
was just off, guys.
Reece Walsh does that as a kid. All these good fullbacks, that's the sort
So
of
that was
play.
4
This is
sets in a
why
row, guys.
Gus is backing
by
this
the
kid in
Bulldogs,
now.
and we just couldn't
He's got it all to
execute
do to
again
make
there
it in
and
the
close it out.
NRL. But he had to do this in the hard stuff,
A little bit more
40 minutes
patience required.
running against the wind with little opportunities, created a few himself
First get out for the year, so you can expect a bit of rust.
versus coming on in the last 20 minutes when we're running with the wind, running downhill, got the momentum, and then a young gun like Raymond Peru just says, give me the footy, guys. But as I said, there was a few times where I thought it was Raymond, but it was actually Matamua taking hit up to just the mop of hair. And because I was watching it on a little phone, well, that was a Samsung Ultra.
Still rolling up the field very
Because I
easily,
like
guys.
to have the biggest screen I can, but also good for work and that, and all the editing and stuff on the run that I have to do. Yeah, it was
Turnover, guys. Knocked on by
a
the
couple of
Cowboys.
things I saw incorrectly, but when I went and watched it again
So the Dogs will be
last
starting
night,
this set.
it
10
was
metres out from their try line.
very impressive by a lot of players.
Oh, and lost it. Very poor.
You haven't missed
execution
Matamua, mate.
there. Jonathan Seward.
I haven't missed him, brother.
He's down. He's down.
And I've got him pictured there. Got him pictured on my screen in the
I
background.
don't know whether he's down more from the fact that he lost
So
the
let's
ball or he's upset.
break this down now, where we start to talk about
the ball as it changed his way.
some of the plays in this game
He had left his body
where
there exposed for a bit of a hit.
it really links to what we're doing in first grade, where the system's the same.
Still should have taken it, guys.
So that offload from Sewer to Tay Cochran, that gave me the Carraz feels. Sewer had some classy moments off that left foot as well. And when Fitzgibbon sort of went to the wing and he did a little shimmy and got a nice little pass onto Fitzgibbon to get around him at one point there. The play broke down to not much after that, but it was a classy little play.
Let's see if we can hold them out this time.
But Matamua,
last time they were down here,
the footwork of that guy, his passing was quite sharp as well. Did a bit of ball playing stuff.
Brian,
that gave me the Kurt Mann feels as far as what Kurt brings for us. And he might elevate this guy. He might get in front of some players purely because his line speed, his ability to change the point of the attack, his footwork is very much some of the stuff that Kurt Mann brings to the team. Defensively, he ripped in as well, did his job, had a real crack. But I said his leg speed with the ball makes him a lot of yards. The fact he can throw a pretty good ball as well really helps. Here's the nice one by Tay Cochran up the edge. And the ball gets stripped, and then they throw Jetty Reardon around like a rag doll. And it all starts again.
Great recovery from the in goal. And
Cooper Toy with a big run. Nice commentary from Gas too, by the way, guys. So, look, anytime this can be done by Gas for the benefit of the people, I'm sure he will do it, and it's good for us as well, as we can have some nice vision of the game rolling while we do our podcast. Mike says, Ether told me he'll be back maybe round 5 earlier, which is great. K Dykes also mentioned he'll be ready for round 1. Oh, Dykes, Gus said Dykes would be ready for by April. But Ether told me back maybe round 5 or earlier.
Been a bit of their forwards been rolling up the field.
Who's that? Jethro, is it? Is that Jethro, Mike?
Some hits coming off their try line. They're coming off out of their half.
I'll tell you how to say the name properly. Make sure you do, brother. Jethro said he'd be ready round 5 and early, and Cade Dykes was hoping for round 1. That's good. Well, Gus hasn't put any pressure on Cade. He said round 5. He said April.
No worries, Brett.
Which is like round 4 or 5. And that's another thing. If Jethro's playing, I know it's if, but Jethro's playing yesterday.
Kind of caught the
we're getting a little bit more service from our back 5. He's quite good at that. And a genuine point of attack on the outside. But take nothing away from Cooper Toy. He had a really good crack and showed a lot of. I like the kid, and he's the type of player we like at the Bulldogs. Our thoughts before the match were true. The crowds were more experienced as showed in the first half, but there's plenty of liking the efforts to come back. Taupa, Joseph Taupa, number 6. Yeah, the boys never gave and could have come away with the win. I was proud fan in the stands. Timmy says Matamua reminds me of a young Keon Palamatangi. I think he's got a bit more skill than Keon. I think he's definitely got a bit better passing game. He's got faster leg speed. And he's already Keon started out on the edge, I'm pretty sure. Matamua might have as well. I think he, to me, looks the closest thing to Kurt Mann as far as the footwork to go off the left and right foot, can ball play, really good leg speed. And I think and he's got a bit of a motor and a bit of, has he got that toughness? No, has he got that resilience? That's what we've got to see. But he topped the meters in the game yesterday, which is a brilliant thing to see as well.
There it goes. He struck it nice.
Is that kid from South? Do you think he could? weekend this year. Be
10-0.
honestly, same thing missing.
We're still in the game.
Not sure, brother. Definitely not Ray Warren or Frank Hyde.
It's a warm day.
He gives it on to.
So far, guys. But Sam Hughes is still out there.
Ooh!
Started the game and he's still going. So it's good to see.
Hot Boy looked better again this season. And that's the thing, Hot Boy will look better every time. He was the captain yesterday, by the way. So he led the team onto the field. So well done to Lip-Boy Hot Boy. And he played a strong game of, you know, he was there in the thick of it for everything. He was communicating. He was a real leader out there and did his best. That's what I mean. Like the game opens up. It's a lot easier for Lip-Boy if he's got that extra big man there playing with him or extra couple. Because you think that, you know, Lip-Boy's starting and then he gets a break and Jack Todd comes on, for example. So, yeah, just some good problems for us to have.
Good hit. Tackle.
And Gas agreed with what Kangaroo says. His talking defence was awesome as well as on our line, guiding the younger ones. No worries, Lucas. He did do very well, and he looked much fitter, 100%, and that echoes what we were talking about earlier. Jimmy says, I like what I saw from AJ as well. Spinks was solid too. Yeah, I want to talk about Logan Spinks. He has that miss early, that arm grab on Helam Lukey. But look, these are things you got to have in your game. There was many times where Logan was there at the important time and saving tries and that sort of stuff. He looked classy with his ball running. He's you know, this is, I think Logan Spinks goes on to be a very good edge back rower, hopefully for Canterbury for a long time. I see AJ's future in the middle. But look, some of these kids won't be with the Bulldogs come next year, let alone the year before. But a whole bunch will be replacing some of the ones that are in our team now. So some big decisions to make for our club. There's going to be big turnover at the end of 2026, and we will see the likes of all these players competing, the Lip Boys, the Hugheses, the DSFs. You got the Underhills destined to come in. Jack Todd's off contract this year as well. The fact there's no one being announced going to another club is a very good sign. You'd say AJ Jones is coming into that top 30 next year with Logan Spinks. And Underhill and a couple of others. That's it. That's what they got to do. I think that's one of the messages Gus says, and you know, listening to a lot of the great coaches and that system where they talk about things from that Penrith system is that if they're not prepared to risk losing the game, as Ivan said, you're not going to have success. But you got to have the groundwork and the framework to earn the right to be able to do it. You know, it's not. He doesn't mean, you know, you just throw that lolly, that pass and hope. You've done everything in the system to put yourself in the position, and when it's time to pull the trigger and to fire, you do it. And sometimes it fails, and sometimes you don't win. But you know that it was the right play. Sometimes it comes down to that. And that's what will happen for us Bulldogs. And it's great to see. You know, there hasn't been enough of that with the Bulldogs over many years. And I think that's still where we lack a little bit. But what I will say, you go to that Dragons game and you go to that moment with Lachlan Galvin on to Jethro.
Let's see if we can.
That was one of those moments.
Tale of two halves here, guys. They've got down to a 16.
Yeah, they could have
we can own this second 20 minutes
done some other stuff. But he went for the kill. He identified something and he went bang. And
the last 2 seconds,
and Jethro did his part. And what I loved about Jethro on that day was he was exactly where he was supposed to be, hugging that wing. And not enough wingers are doing that effectively these days, where they're just in that right spot. That's why Alex Johnston is such an asset to South. That's why Haslam was such an asset to us. Just always attacking defence in the right place at the right time.
Conditions are very good at the moment.
The amount of times
Very
hasn't
overcast, nice breeze.
stopped tries
Not
and
as hot
stopped
as it was
momentum and
during the day.
frustrated teams
Over 35 degrees
by
today,
just
guys.
refusing them to go around him, letting them get around him. Especially when he had to jam as well.
Jack Underhill on the
It was
field
rare
now.
they got past him. He used to
See if we can get a bit of
dismantle a lot
aggro
of
there. He
plays
is
by
taking the ball up.
knocking the ball down and stuff.
Yeah, look at
But
that
in
deep line.
attack,
There you
just
go.
being in that
Three
right
blokes
spot
on
at the
his
right
back.
time and
Moved it
hitting the
meters.
ball at the right time.
Close
And
contact.
Jethro's got that in his game, and I think you'll find that
Again,
Jope is going to be
24
very,
feet,
very
and
similar.
once again,
Not just because they're
they're
both
well over
Fiji,
the
it's just that
40-metre
they
line, and they're
play
on
that
their
wing spot
halfway
so
line
well.
on tackle
And
one.
both have been prolific.
So it's a game of possession at the moment,
I
and
can't
we're
even
dominated
spell
by the Cowboys.
prolific.
Another
prolific,
easy 10 metres.
prolific try scorers
10 metres out.
on their wings. 3 to more.
On the 30-metre line out.
It's all about the effort and the effort plays.
Too
G'day,
easy.
Paulie. Everyone needs to
Too
wrap
easy.
head around what's doing with Epstein
You can
files
tell
so you know how to move.
Players that the Cowboys have got a lot of the first grades. Look, there's a
Rating
back line
Fox
play.
League and
Looks like
Channel
another
9
try coming up
commentators.
here.
Who do you like listening to?
It's too easy, guys.
Oh, I saw a bit of that out
Spread
there.
the ball and just
I don't really like listening to any of them
the
anymore.
numbers straight away. Got around
I actually like
there.
Brenton Speed. I think the guy does some soccer.
Decision came up for a big
I love when he commentates the Bulldogs.
hit and got around him pretty easily.
I actually enjoy his commentary a lot. He's exciting.
Keeping up. So just behind the
G'day,
clock, guys.
Atlas Dastro. Welcome to you.
20 mil. With a kick to come after
Gas,
22 minutes.
well, I rate Gas above all of them. That's right. And there's a bit more love between you two.
Cowboys really haven't done anything special other than the
So
possession.
look, let's get the
out of their half. It's been
the Justin Matamua try on. I think that'll come up shortly.
6 minutes before half time.
Don't know why it's not playing.
Guys. Come on. Come out to the right here. You've got a whole back line set. And they're just doing the one out stuff, guys.
I'll just turn it down a bit before I put it on.
Trying to play the short ball. There's a forward pass on second tackle, guys.
That was a forward pass from Jackie Underhill. I think Justin's going to score shortly. Can you hear that?
It's a good run.
There's another run from Justin.
Quick play the ball. Let's go. Quick play the ball. Get up there.
G'day, Andy.
Another one.
Welcome to you.
Here we go. Here we go.
Great second half performance. More structured and control the tempo better with dominance around the right.
So no one's
as I said,
winning, guys. Where's the sport?
When you the points went with who had the wind at their backs. Really, there's Joey Taupa running well, going close again.
5 metres out from their try line. Third tackle. 6 again.
Couple of rangers go past the screen. You don't get that on every broadcast, do you? Well done, Gas.
And if you get a big forward hitting a short ball, guys.
And sorry for the ranger discrimination.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, lucky we got a lot of repeat sets in these periods, which really helped. But the Cowboys were way offside, way too eager. That was some nice running.
Tackled out the ball, sir.
Some nice running there. I think this might be where we score. There it is.
Bit of quick footwork, and there we go finally.
Gas was so excited he couldn't keep
the
angle straight on that one. But well done, brother. He got excited. He could see that coming. It was a great moment, actually, because there we go. Aki's with the don't break defense. Big support for the boys.
Yeah, the banner's finally up, guys. The score currently 28-4 with a kick to come. 28-6.
Yeah, well, I'll turn the volume down, Gas, because
28.
Doesn't make too much sense.
28-6 will be shortly,
Had to
guys.
put the banner up. That's right.
With a minute 44 to go.
Well, look,
before half time.
the online bully,
For
Bitar,
those who haven't
actually,
been
he
here
did a pretty calm,
summary
measured
so far for the
discussion around
half.
Reid
Cowboys,
today,
when they've had the ball, have been
as
rolling
in
up the
Cade
field
Reid, and as I
easily.
said, and he 100% agreed.
The effort's been there from our guys, but every time
This is the
taken
problem,
ball, we've been
Timmy.
coming off our line. We did have an opportunity.
Yeah, he
there
was
when
pretty
it
good in that
6-0
grade,
for the
and
Cowboys.
yeah,
We
he
got
started the
4 sets in a
game, so
row,
he earned his stripes,
and we tried the
100%.
sort of lucky Galvin
He does
pass
a chip and
over the top
chase,
to the
great
winger,
try. He's
like
a
he did
goer,
against the Dragons, and it was
skillful. He handled himself
there's
pretty well
the kick.
defensively, but to go out there and defend,
28-6, and that one went over the
they
sideline.
can't.
So since then,
It'd be
the Cowboys have
Flanagan's not going to pick Cade
controlled
Reid to start
possession,
the season.
and we've allowed
And I
some
think he
very
might
cheap
wait for the
tries
season to
from
be
some
gone
very
if he does bring him in.
poor errors,
Or
from kicks,
and
lost ball from a
King Tommy is
kick downfield or a bomb
played quite
on
well
the
as well.
sideline.
I think you've got to
Very poor.
and this is where we bring it back to Mitchell Woods.
Simple errors.
These kids have got to play
The last 5 minutes
lots
there
of
has been a
matches
shift.
in this New South Wales Cup
The reflections
competition
that have come out at the
to
moment,
really get the
have given
week
us
in,
a bit
week
more
out
spark, I
grind,
feel.
playing against a lot of
I'm
men.
not sure looking at
You know,
the team, but
if you're
pretty sure
playing,
the Cowboys
coming up
players
against
might have
Thomas
been,
McKaylee and these
might have
types of
been
players in
replaced as well,
reserve
but
grade,
there's still a
right?
few first graders out there.
They're just off first grade. You're
We've
playing
got
against Daniel
a minute
Slurp
to
for
go,
feeder.
guys. Let's see if we can put something
You got
on there
AJ
in the last
Jones
minute.
running
Maybe
that chair
grab
out
another
wide
try, or
because he's going to cause some
at least give
problems.
them something to think about.
How's
There's a
these
good
young
run,
fellas
guys.
tackling
Look at
players like
How
that
much is it,
even?
20 off the kickoff.
Heel and Lukey
Sorry,
running
there.
at you, you know, are you going to defend that for long? Is that going to
Little
make
bit
your
something to play
kicking
with now,
game
leading
stay
into
on
that
point?
second half at least.
Are you going to be resilient
Just a
enough
bit of
to
confidence,
do all
I
that
think,
good
guys.
stuff
Guys,
with the
just playing
ball?
a bit tentative
And obviously,
around
he
some,
showed a lot of ability,
more
Cade Reid,
experienced
and
players.
I think you're right,
Here we
Timmy.
go, a little bit
He's
back
going to be a
on the play.
very
Here we go.
good player.
Good step there. Good
But what I
step
will
back on the
say is,
inside.
though, these kids
Almost
have to
opened up
spend
for him.
some time
It has,
doing their thing.
it could take us
in
about
defence.
4 or 5 sets there
For
to
me,
get
it's
that
all
try
about the
as well. That
defence.
was his
How they
shot,
can
but
defend
maybe that's
determines
shackles
whether
we
they're
need to
NRL
break open
players
there.
or not. And
10
look,
seconds to go, guys. Bit of a late hit there.
and you just watched some of our halves yesterday.
Penalty, guys. There
Like,
you go. I reckon
they
we'll
were
take the 2
willing.
here
They
on the half
put it on the
time.
line, but they
Take
got
the 2.
shown a
Take the
couple of
2.
times that they've got a lot of levels
Take
to
the
go
2.
up defensively if they're going to
Oh, they're going to go for the try, maybe.
make it to that next level. And that's
They're
what
going to
it's
put a
all
play
about.
on.
I know they
Put a
don't.
play on.
It's boring to talk about, but
If it
that's
was
the
an
stuff
NRL game,
that
they
needs
might
to
have taken
happen.
the 2, but they were going to put a last play 30 metres out.
So let's break it down. I
Here
thought
we go.
Justin Matamua
Kicks off field.
has put himself in
Left
line
Sewer.
as someone that the Bulldogs
knock
could
on.
look at as a
And he's run it over the
serious
sideline.
14
So there's
option
the half-time, guys.
moving forward.
Cowboys 28,
I don't know if that's
Bulldogs
the
6.
plan, but he showed me that he could be that type of player. I think he showed a lot of people that.
When the Bulls had a bit of
Leg
possession
speed,
there, it started to
that
show a bit of
footwork,
promise.
and that ball
Need
playing
to
ability.
limit that
And that
defense
engine.
of the Cowboys
We just
coming
want
off
to see
their
the
sideline.
killer come out in
It's
him.
been very, very, very easy meters. when they
AJ
keep
Jones,
rolling up
obviously. I
the
think
back
Joey
line coming off
Taupa.
their
As I
sideline.
said,
So,
Macca did a big thing on X
yeah.
yesterday as well, or the night
So I'm going to
before.
go offline there, guys.
Just talking
Conserve
about
a bit of battery.
he's
I'll be
always
back for
come
the
up
second half.
for
If
grades.
you want to come
1
back
year
in
sort
about
of,
15 minutes, I'll be back
you know,
in the
a
second half.
year
I'll
younger than his
conserve a bit of
age. He's
battery,
been playing up.
and we'll be back for the second half. Thanks for watching. And
Physically
we'll see you soon.
getting bigger and more dominant at a good rate. And always had these bigger names around him that everyone's talked about, that everyone has continued to talk about. And from that point of view, you know, it's very pleasing that we've just got this kid that no one's sort of been talking about. He's the one who's actually come on, and he's the one who did four massive try involvements with 3 try assists, a few times under immense pressure. Real class, real patience, real poise. And I thought that was important. And I think he's more ready out of the two. Love the way Conti kept plugging away and kept fighting and just kept the process going. He was very process orientated and got all the skills. You know, he's been compared with Sam Walker. I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I think Sam Walker's a far more creative genius. But I think Alex Conte, in every aspect of the halfback game, is a polished, every part of his game screams out that he's going to be an NRL half. He just has to be able to keep his body right and get that defence to a point where he can be trusted to play with the men. That's what it comes down to for him. I thought Jonathan Stewart really had some classy moments, as I said. I like what Jack Underhill did. I liked what Lipoy did. Tough stuff by everyone there. I thought Gordon was pretty good. Still had a lot of work to do. I like what Sammy Hughes did and Fletcher Baker in his first go in our system was a good effort. So lots to like, as I said. But Logan Spinks, as I said, makes that bad mistake early, missed tackle on Lukey. But really looked classy with some of his runs. Went real close to scoring a couple of times. Made up for some of that poor defence in other options. His line speed was good. He got beaten a couple of times. I think missed 6 tackles, but he attempted like 35 or something. So that's what it's all about. He's running with that line speed. He's putting on that pressure. He's keeping that fitness going the whole game. And as I said, all the way down to Louis Grissemi, I felt, worked his ass off, loved the opportunity, did a good job, gets a try as well, right place, the right time. Got to be pushing up to do it. So there you go. There you go, guys. And Gas was muting the coverage there because he was giving me a call to share the stream around so we get more viewers on. Gordon was saying it was his shoulder, but it was actually he had a head injury. He had a concussion. He was just trying to tell him it was his shoulder. If you're watching the footage, I think that's what you're basing that off, Timmy. And Gus said that Gordon just had a HIA and he's all right. He's all good. Gus asked Gordon after the game and he said he was okay. Yeah, so it was just a little head knock. He and because he sort of fell back and lost his way, that was the issue. But Gus cleared that up later in the game. Later in the night. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot about Payne Huss. Look, it makes complete sense that they let Keon Kalamatangi go now. Obviously, they'll have to let a couple of others go, but they get David Fafita, Brandon Smith, Payne Huss. For well under what they would have been valued at. I think they end up paying the same because they paid Puss a lot of overs. But imagine if they got them at full price each, it wouldn't be much money left. You'd think there'd be a couple of players who'll be retiring from the Rabbits at the end of this season.
A bit more enterprise so far.
Who will make up that shortfall in money. Is Jack Whiten going to retire? Is Cody Walker going to retire? Is Alex Johnson going to retire? It doesn't matter what contract they're on. There's nothing. We'll see how their bodies hold up.
And the penalty to the Bulldogs. High tackle.
You keep a lot of those good players on the park. They're definitely in the game. South Sydney with Payne Huss there. I can tell you that right now.
There's something for the crowd.
I think Wayne Bennett, except for that time at the Dolphins, will always see himself in a premiership window. But
show a bit of patience, but let's see show us what you got.
Yeah, look, I think it's going to ask a lot of questions. And what are they doing with that talent coming through? Because for me, that's the issue.
Who's coming to Newcastle
who develops into the next Payne Huss? But look, he's going to go to a squad capable of making a lot of noise if they all stay fit.
5 metres out,
That's
guys.
always the big if.
2 metres out.
Yeah, Adam Reynolds said he's going to retire at the end of the
Sammy.
season, which would be no surprise at all. I think none of this is too surprising, really, when you look at it.
Little kick. Here it goes. Try time.
Also had some other stuff happen.
Dogs are in.
We had we did the article on Reed Marnie. Look, I will give a little bit of ground to the people who say Reed was pushed out and stuff like that. Right? I will give you a little bit of how do I say it? A little bit of a leg up in a way. Look, whether you carry whatever narrative you want to carry, it's just wrong that the Bulldogs, that it's not sort of discussed that Reed Marnie leaving Canterbury was as much a benefit to him as it was to the Bulldogs if they did push him out. I give you the timeline for the reported headlines, and I also include things that I got to see firsthand through luck or through whatever else. And as I said, when his brother put stuff online saying let Reed go now, if Bailey Hayward's so good, and then when he's putting shit online about
so it's currently
putting shit on Bailey Hayward.
10. But it's been a great start to the second half.
If that's me, if my brother is hanging shit on my workmates, my work colleagues, in the open for everyone to hear it. Most employers are going to have a big stern. You're going to get an official warning, if not a stacking.
Something to cheer about.
It's a breach of. Got to be a breach. It's a breach of conduct. Your family can't go around social media putting shit on your colleagues. It's just like, I didn't get a promotion and then someone else did, or someone took my role. Or was coming in to take my role, and my family got online and started hanging shit on that person.
All right, guys.
Any employer.
The fries must be good here, guys. Everyone's going for the fries. Very popular.
So he sort of had a crack at me. And it wasn't a bad crack. Not at all, but he had a little crack. It was quite
guys,
respectful, and I was respectful back. The fact of the matter is, it was mutually beneficial. At the very least.
Oh, wow. Look
the Cowboys needed a hooker. They've always rated that position very, very highly. Had some good hookers in that team that have played a massive part in their success.
Good, guys. Sammy Hughes taking the second.
And there was a vacuum that needed to be filled, and there's not too many premium hookers going around on the market at the time. And if you had your pick of Jaden Brayley,
early kick, guys, on the
went
fourth.
to Canberra, who's off contract. Danny Levi was there, or Reed
Cowboys are on the
Marnie.
30-metre line
Like,
now.
who are you picking?
Sorry, guys. Cowboys on the 30.
You've lost Reece Roxton.
One. I don't know if that kick
who are you going to go after? Fucking tell me that. You're going to go after Reed Marnie, aren't you?
Gave up 2 tackles.
And News Corp was on his ass the whole time. Reed Marnie's despicable act. Need to stop everybody. Right?
And they've just rolled up the field again.
Yet they get to sit there
sorry, guys.
And just hang shit on this disruption thing, tie it all into Galvin.
Oh, good contact there.
Oh, Galvin have to make way for Galvin. So Toby had to go somewhere. And that push Reed out. No.
Start to the second half so far, guys. A bit more.
Reed gets some feedback. He's not an 80-minute player anymore. Maybe the club.
Use the bomb.
Look, I would not doubt me. I would not doubt for 1 second that the people making these calls would know how Reed and his manager were going to handle any sort of news like that.
The refs stopped the game for that.
Or maybe there was a discussion that said, look, we're going to move. Bailey Hayward's going to be the future. We want to keep Reed around.
I think it's a concussion.
But eventually, you'll probably get better money elsewhere, that sort of thing.
Off for a head injury assessment.
If there's offers out there, have a look. But why would they deny him a release, an immediate release?
I think that might have been a call from the independent doctor, maybe.
When it was getting talked about, right? Why would they deny that until mid-season? and then say, okay, you're now free to
Third
look
tackle
around.
on the 20-metre
The
line.
way it got twisted was as the media got to come out and say, oh, the Bulldogs are pushing Reed out now.
Let to spread it here, guys.
And have given him permission to shop around with other clubs. When after that Broncos game,
tackle, we've only gone 35 out of our
after
line.
that Broncos game, comments are made by the brother on Bulldog social media, on Bulldog Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs News.
Let's keep them going, here, guys. There we go. That's good
which
tackle.
says it's the official Bulldogs page, but
2
it's just a page like
it.
any other. And do a good job, and very passionate Bulldogs fans post everything Bulldogs on there.
Half, most of the Cowboys are still struggling
Even
to
the
get back
crap though,
onside.
which is what I don't like, but they're getting better.
It's a good run, but good hit. It's all right.
And that comment, and you know why that comment was put there? Because in the little news piece, it wasn't even about Reed Marnie or Bailey Hayward or anything. All they said was, well done to a couple of the players, and put some stat stuff on there. And they said, oh, and well done to Bailey Hayward who made 44 tackles.
Last tackle, guys.
That was it.
40.
And that provoked a passionate response from this brother
to
have a full crack at the club.
Oh, he stepped out.
If Bailey Hayward's so good, let Reed go now.
Turnover there to the Bulldogs, I think.
When Reed came back on, we scored 2 tries.
Linesman and the refs are debating what's going on. It's turnover, guys.
I don't know, man.
I
really don't know. And then it's sort of like, let him go now. You're going to kick him to the curb anyway.
Thank you, Andy. We're doing our best, mate.
Look, maybe there was a thought that they were going to move past him, but I can tell you right now,
a bit more confidence in this half. The guys are showing a bit more.
I think they wanted to keep Reed for another year.
They just weren't executing the basics
and have that progression organically take place.
Here's a nice offload. Let's see if they can do something with it. There it goes.
Cannot be questioned.
Here we go. Another pass. Let's come on.
That there was a huge opportunity that opened up with Reece Robertson leaving that club.
Again, that's good.
At the Cowboys.
So what I can see
and they needed a player and wanted a player now. And they're in a much better position to get Reed Marnie now than they would be to get him next year.
Bulldogs have looked to promote it very fast, not just take a straight up hit up.
So who's the winner here?
So
for there to be this
play, they're playing on
it should have just been left behind.
The defensive line
but there's a report that says, "Oh, Reed doesn't know, still doesn't know why they got rid of him."
Come at them pretty fast as well. Yeah, Benji would like to score soon, mate. Here we go. Here they come.
And it is bullshit.
Here we go. Could have been someone there trailing back on the inside on support.
Exactly, Timmy. Very, very silly how he was not. So one of the Zero Tackle journalists does a good job, and he's a Canterbury Bankstown fan. You know, look, journalists have got to get clicks and views and interest any way they can.
Let's see if that's just a little
they're on the payroll. They've got a job description
so far, guys,
to bring value to their shareholders. Their shareholders are their advertisers
in the first half,
into their business. Their business doesn't make money unless they've got a product they can sell to advertisers, and advertisers are going to get views and interest. And the way that's done is by making the use of every headline that's out there. Trying to come up with your own stories and your own headlines is one thing. If there's a headline out there which is going to get you exposure as well, you run with it in the media. Doesn't work that way at Dogfather Media sometimes, but it's very, very small. We focus on just telling stories, and it's not just me. There's people sending me stories that we put together, right? And these are about giving that other side of the narrative, giving that a way more balanced view and giving 2 and 3 sides to the story, and not allowing this just utter rubbish to continue to infiltrate. Because it's the fans, unfortunately, it's the fans who allow these things to... We see a team lose, and we go, for example, Connor Tracy dropped the ball a couple of times in a trial. Oh, we need to move past him. Why did we let go of Joash?
Much better control. I agree, Andy.
This is what people were saying after the trial against the Broncos last year. Connor Tracy was our best player all season, according to the Daily M count, and consistently a great player. Yeah, he had a couple of games where
bit of a checkered line there, guys.
2 try-saving tackles, like lightning hitting twice. Ethan Strange, one of the best try-savers you've seen. Yeah, maybe he should have jumped to the ground earlier. maybe that just last bit of what he did was
exactly
just
what's happening in that first half. Cowboys are making easy meters at the moment.
execution and class. But Connor
All because
Tracy had
we
a
get
phenomenal
off to a
season.
good
But if we
start
listen to the
on that
fans,
kick
they
restart,
were like,
restart
"Oh, you've let Joe Ash go.
on the
Oh,
bomb downfield." So
Blake Taff should be the fullback. Oh,
now they're on the 30-meter line,
You know,
playing the last.
it's
They've got
like,
to get on the front foot.
and
There
I'm
goes the kick
sure
now.
if we have a couple of
Get in the
errors in
goal area.
Vegas or something
Yes.
goes wrong,
7 tackle set, boys.
they'll be demanding
Get
Raymond
onside.
Turu
Let's go.
comes
Get
into the
behind him.
side
Get behind him.
or Tay Cochran. I have no
There we
doubt
go.
of it. Only take one loss, and the media will lap it up. Questions need to be asked.
Crowd's
Buzz will be
starting
on
to
his
build up, guys. I know
podcast.
it's a doubleheader tonight, so obviously the
They
locals,
really need to
Dragons
have a
supporters
look
will
at
come out as
themselves.
well.
Maybe Reddy Mature was right.
Suburban
Burton
grounds,
needs
guys.
to
You love
go
these
to
suburban
fullback
grounds, but
if this
field's
team is going to
immaculate as
win.
well. They've done a great job.
You know, whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Okay, guys, it's like there's something happening at the back here.
Read at it. Gus says, read at every opportunity to shut down the rumours and start fresh for the Cowboys. His response didn't paint him in a good
Takes
light.
it 12 metres out,
100%.
and this time he's hit
Ross Field
solidly
stir in the pot.
with
That's it, brother.
reinforcements. So 20
But everyone,
metres out
thanks
on
to
tackle
everyone
one
who
and 23
tuned in
metres out on
tonight. It's
tackle
been a
two.
good
So that's the
night.
kind of defence we
Enjoyed
want to
it.
see, guys.
You know,
Control the defence.
we've got another game this
no
week.
offloads.
I
3
cannot
tackles.
wait.
They've only gone
It's going to be
15 metres.
bloody
Got an
brilliant.
extra 5
Newcastle
there,
are going to be
post-contact.
fired up. Look, both teams lost
Fourth
their first
tackle
game,
on
so
the
I think
40.
they'll really use it as an
6 against. Come on,
opportunity
guys.
to have a real
Yeah, well done.
good crack
Tackle over
through the
top,
middle
Jack. Now, last
of the
tackle
game.
short of the halfway line. That's much
And the
better
game
than
will be
Rob's.
about how each team competes in the middle
Get it on the
of
full.
the
Get it on
field.
the full and start. Yeah, let's go get those meters,
Execute
mate.
a
Get those
few
meters.
plays, play for field position.
That's it.
There won't be sort of any pressure to be
20
scoring,
meters out,
you know,
guys, to start the set.
making
Much
5
better.
line breaks
Much
and
better.
getting 10 offloads in order to win
First
$1
half, we
million.
were
We've
coming
lost
off our
that
line.
first game.
Majority of that
And there'll be
game. of that half.
teams that are in the running to
Those
win that
new
$1 million
Bulldogs,
bucks.
look at
And that won't be us,
6
unfortunately.
again.
Well, funny
There we
things have
go.
happened, but
That's tackle 1.
I don't
I've
know.
got to say,
We might have got a
I've not seen the
bonus
stats, but
point
we've
from the
absolutely
match because we
dominated
did
the
get
rucking
5
field.
line
We've got
breaks.
Way more 6 agains than the
I
other
think we had
opposition.
9 offloads potentially instead of 10, which is a bummer.
Oh, that's a great
That could have been
blockbusting
2
run. Look at
because
that.
plenty of things have happened. But look at that run from Matamua.
Yeah, here we come on the
Bailey
front
Myers
foot.
out of dummy
Oh, he's
half.
gone himself.
I think we score off
Okay,
this
still
pretty
standing a bit flat.
shortly.
Here we go. The back line set out to the right. They
I
might
think we score.
take one more. Yeah, here we go.
There is
Here it comes.
Tayupa.
Here it comes. Offload. No, he's held onto it.
Is that Grossamy? Yep, we score here. This is the play I was talking about. Joseph into the line to Tay.
Gone for it.
Beautiful.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Try time.
Cooper Toy, who had
the
all the
corner.
work to do and scores in the
Try
corner.
time. In the
And that
corner.
was a fantastic try.
Third try, guys.
Says Connor Tracy is safe as houses. If there's injuries of any of our spine players, we have options in the depth.
Dogs
to
are back.
cover it.
The dogs are barking.
Look, I think our spine will be fine. I think
28-14 with a
we've
kick to
got
come.
Koala there, obviously, to cover Perez and
8-0
Cherry.
second half. With a kick to come.
We've got Marcelo Montoya. There's a
Guys, no entry.
don't break the fence right there.
Seraldo's favourite banner.
G'day, George's Sports World. Good to see you. Giorgio, welcome. Good to have you on board, mate.
Here's the try.
Yeah, look.
Guys.
Oh, here's the replay. Cooper
Sweat inside and then.
in slow-mo. It looks like a bloody double movement.
Oh, there it is now. Finally down.
I know. I think
Try
there's
confirm.
in trials, they, unless they're
Very well
really,
there,
if there's like
the line.
50-50s, they just go the way of the attacking team in a trial, just quietly. There's a few there which I'm not going to talk about, but I thought might have been
Much better second
lucky
half
there
so
for
far
both
for all of
sides.
you guys watching.
Andy.
For those that
the
were
Dogs
not
scored the
watching
same
in the
plays
first
for
half,
trial
must
too.
have,
Do you think?
been the good luck
Oh,
charm?
no. So I don't know if we'll see Critter. I think if he does play, it'll be like 20 minutes maybe.
Can he get a better strike on it than he did in that first try?
But I think you'll see Connor Tracy.
That's a shocker as well.
I don't think Carraz will play.
That's another shocking kick.
So John O'Sura, I think Anari
He
Tawala will
hasn't been
start.
great. So,
with Marcello Montoya, Bronson
however,
Perry, and
it's
we
28-14.
might see Critter.
We've managed to get half of that
If,
score.
There'll be a chance that they
They were
bring
28-0. We've managed to get half that score back now. So
onto that wing and bring Tualo in if Critter
coming back
doesn't
slowly,
play.
guys. We're coming back.
I do believe those guys, if
21 minutes to go.
as in John O'Sua, Tay Cochran, I think they
I reckon
all.
at one
they're all
stage in
there
that
next
first
week
half, the Cowboys scored
back
3
up.
tries in very, very quick time.
But
So
I think it'll
if
be
we can do something similar,
definitely your
we can
top
make this
30.
a very, very exciting
The
finish.
players in the top 30 or
Look
the
at this off the back
development
fence.
list
Look at this run.
will be
Absolutely no
will be the
self-preservation.
ones they
And he's lost the
from
ball.
most. I
That's
think it'll be a
disappointing,
25-man
guys.
squad.
That's not what we wanted.
Minimum
After
24 to
points, guys. You
25
don't want that
probably.
after points.
And Maxi King, the likes of Maxi King,
Everyone's getting behind
maybe
him. Let's go,
25
boys.
minutes.
Big
You see
set.
some Jamin
Big
Salmon,
defensive set.
Kurt Manning,
Zion, guys, that lost the ball.
Lockie Galvin, Matt Burton. I think they all play forward. And yeah, I think Daniel Slope for Peter, if his back's all right, I think he'll start with Maxi King and Bailey Hayward, Jake Turpin,
Need to force an early error, guys.
Sean O'Sullivan.
They'll
all play time out there in the middle.
It's time for an intercept.
Not sure if we'll see the 2 young halves back up. I think you're more likely to see,
second tackle.
I think Lockie will play a full half, and Matty Burton might as well.
Player was hit there after the ball.
Matty will need the half.
Guys. Bit of a late
Maybe they'll start the second half and then come off.
Well, controlling that.
They'll bring Sean O'Sullivan on.
Very well, and that's not what we wanted there.
Maybe Joseph Taylor gets an opportunity to run.
Newcastle Knights have made the appearance now. They're doing a little warm-up behind the field.
Woods won't play. He's injured.
There's big Greg Marzu.
We'll see AJ, Logan, Spinks, they'll come on.
Cowboys are going for the
Josh Curran will get a good run. He might even start, actually.
Not going for the 2 in the trials.
Might even give him a start. I couldn't believe he wasn't in the
head injury assessment.
I don't know if he ruled himself out. Didn't make sense to me. But he wasn't picked in that team. Did not make sense to me one bit. Unless it's something he wanted.
Hold him out,
Unless
boys.
it's something the club and he wanted or worked out.
2 meters out.
That didn't make sense to me at all. I don't know the story around it.
Again, coming shortly.
Can't understand why he wouldn't be picked.
Gone wide early. Looks like he might have got over. No, great defense. Held him up. Desperation. That wasn't there in the first half as well. Great desperation.
Thanks for telling me, somebody.
It's all right. It's good.
Thanks for telling me that, Dreg. Much appreciated, bro. I'm sitting here bloody talking around some important stuff. And, last thing I wanted was a bad experience coming through. It's bad enough you got to look at my head, mate. I love what Cooper Cronk said to Ciro before the game about Cooper Toy. He must be a great player with the name Cooper. It was funny. Oh, we got to see Gass's audition for Nine's Wide World of Sports. Damo 596, keep it up, Mick. This is the content we want. Should name a pretty strong squad next week, I would have thought. Timmy says, I thought Curran would be selected for the All-Stars match. He's been in the squad for the last 2 years. Congratulations, Leo Thompson. That's what I mean. Curran's been one of their best players, one of the most desperate players. They don't win 2 years ago without him. He was just desperation personified. It was just magnificent, his performance. Getting to see him do that in 2024 before playing a game for the Bulldogs just gave me so much confidence that it was going to be a great pick for us. And he dropped a lot of weight as well. I forgot to mention it before, but Zion Mau'u, I did talk about it, but going through it again, really much improved performance from him. And Gas told him he did a great job. I think we score off this next play in a second too, guys. Just going back here. Eamon got they started making some mistakes. Yeah, guys, just remember, Raymond Puru showed you everything he can do. When we're running downhill, fresh legs on with 20 to go. They had a few fresh legs come on as well. We're running with, nice ball. Straight through the crash, and then the next play, Zion onto it. There you go. I think we're going to score again in a moment. Is this the Conti pass? No, that's Joseph Teopa in for Louis Grissemi to score. Absolutely brilliant. And look, the way he caught that ball and put that kick through was absolutely phenomenal. Just the poise to do it. Yeah. But to do that, first real senior game. Look, he got to play about 5 or 6 games of New South Wales Cup last year. Mitchie Woods got to play about 10. So they're still really immature and inexperienced as far as playing versus tougher grade of men. And when I think you get this full season of those guys doing that. Obviously, Eamon Fitzgibbon is only 18. He'll be playing he can play in our SG ball side, right? He could play in our SG ball team. But I think he'll be playing Jersey Flag in New South Wales Cup, right? So I'm telling you, there's some good talent there. That's it. Who's going to Newcastle next week, guys? Get together, organise it. Come follow the Dogfather. Go join All Things Bulldogs Facebook group. Subscribe. Join if you want to. If you want more of our content, you want to contribute to help with the costs of getting this going. I'm doing all the clips, getting all the photography together. Everything costs money and takes time. If you want to contribute, pay a membership fee. It's as small as $1.50. You can pay a lot more if you want. It's up to you, but get a part of it. If you can add me as a friend on Facebook. If we want, people got ideas. I know Brad, who's been on the show before, and he's a member. He pays for the Dogfather membership. He watches this at work. Well, he listens to it while doing his work. And that's what a lot of people do as well. It's not just for the live chat that we have going here. So this is what I'm saying. If you're here for the live chats and you've got good information and you're providing questions, sometimes you're asking the questions other people want heard that I haven't thought of, and I talk about it, whether you agree or disagree with what I've got to say. And that really helps people who listen to this podcast later on, which now gets uploaded on Spotify when I can get it done. Lots of stuff happens, guys, and gals, I should say. But get to the game, get to the Don't Break Defence banner, hang around together, get to know Gas, and he's the eyes and ears on the ground, and he's doing his thing, and he's joined our Dogfather Media, and we're all doing a bloody good job. The best job we can do. But as I said, all of you here on the chats who turn up all the time, you're all a big part of it. You're helping spread the information people want to hear, not just the same old clickbait headlines all the time. And even when we talk about that, I'm usually able to give you some sort of different perspective, whether succinct or long-winded, it doesn't matter. All right, Timmy's having arvo tea with his auntie and uncle on Saturday, so he hopes to be home in time to watch the game. It's a double header at McDonald Jones Stadium on Saturday, 6 p.m. I think it'll start 5 p.m. in Queensland. We're the second game, and we're the family club. That's right. We are the family club. Thanks, everyone, for taking part. I think we went live on Instagram for the first hour tonight as well, which would have been good. We're live on the Dogfather, and there's Joe Pay scoring, competes high. Look at the size of him, would you? I always worry when they land like that they don't hyperextend. I think Eamon kicks this as well to put us within 4 points, and then we can see that try to Mason Barber at the end. That hurt. I think he got past the signs, and another player got a little bit bit fatigued at that point, did some good footwork, but that's what a fullback's doing at that part of the game. And the fact that he'd played the whole game and in that period of the time basically got the match winner for the Cowboys showed that he's got a lot of talent as well, does Mason Barber, who come from New Zealand. Thank you very much, Gas. Thank you very much. So, yeah, we'll have more of this throughout. We're going to be live on Tuesday night. Myself and Gas we'll get a few of Gas's points of view. Gas will give us his point of view on the game and the day, and we'll do a small recap, especially for those who aren't here tonight. We'll want to see that, but we'll be launching into Team Tuesday, the team that's picked, and what we expect to see as far as the minutes they play and that sort of stuff in that game. But yeah, happy to be here doing this tonight, and cannot wait. Another 34 weeks of rugby league. We're getting down to almost 3 weeks away from Vegas. Cannot believe it. What are we? 20 days out or something to Las Vegas. I think maybe might have got it wrong. Yeah, 20 days. 20 days. 2021, something like that. And well done to Gas, who's also been doing those daily countdowns with the stats. Get amongst those guys. I'm thinking I might even turn them into bloody like cards or something. I think they're that good. The amount of information on them, if they come up all right on a, like a little postal card, might be something we can send out to members of the channel. Some random ones of those or something, little keepsakes. Just give you some nice stats based on the countdown that Gas has done every day since 155 days out from Vegas, and we are down. That's gone 100. I can't believe it. 135 days have passed since Gas started doing that. The amount of information he's collected for that deserves a great reward in itself. Andy's heading back to Australia, Queensland to help set up at the stadiums. Hope to catch up with you. We'll definitely organise that, Andy. We will definitely organise that 100%. 100%. See you all Tuesday, everyone. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. Loved it. And go the Dogs.
Yo, what up, guys? Want to give a massive shout out to All Things Bulldogs. If you guys haven't watched their podcast, check them out. Let's go.
Hey guys, Tuesday nights, All Things Bulldogs podcast. Make sure you get onto it. Go the Doggies.
Shout out All Things Bulldogs.
Every Tuesday night, mate.
Every Tuesday night.
All Things Bulldogs, mate.
All Things Bulldogs, YouTube, Tuesday night.
Tuesday
live.
night. That's it. Every week, mate. Every
Things Bulldogs. Big shout out. Up the Doggies.
Every Tuesday night we do a podcast, mate. Our biggest supporters, mate.
Things Bulldogs. Yeah. Josh.